Welcome back, YouTube. It's your boy Nunez, aka Vintage Pokemon Hunter, back here with another video. Just want to go over some things I got locally today. And here's the first thing. Sealed booster box of Unified Minds. So if you guys don't know yet, this set is out of print. You could still find them locally at your local shops. I got this for $100. They go for around $150 on eBay already. And honestly, I really love the Mewtwo and Mew in this set. There's a couple other cards that are chase, but I believe this set in the future, especially since it's one of the first, it's like, I believe it's the second tag team set, like after actual tag team. I believe in that highly for the future. So, I hit my local vintage card shop, and unfortunately, I was looking for some Charizards that I left last week, some shadowless guys, but we did get a couple shadowless boys here. So let's go over them. Shout out my boy Ryan. I'm sorry, but I needed to write you. I need a clean one. The next one, I promise, I'll call you. But again, there's a bit of scratches on the holo, and there's some whitening on the back. On the bottom, see that? But honestly, for 40 bucks, so I got everything here. I got the 3 shadowless holos and the booster box for 220 bucks. And honestly, I think that's a great deal. It's super hard to come by shadowless cards somewhat clean. Like, the front of these are clean, so I'm completely okay with a little bit of whitening on the back. That is completely fine with me. Again, I posted a video last night. These shadowless cards are just getting so much harder and harder to come by. Just to have them clean, like really front, the front being clean specifically. Because for some reason, like, man, the amount of dents and rips, and it's just crazy the amount of damage I see on shadowless cards. So here, we got the Zapdos, again with a pretty clean front. Just a little scratch right there that's killing me, these little scratches. The back isn't bad too on this one. It's just a little bit of whitening around the borders. See, like it's a little nick up here, down here. But honestly, again, for shadowless cards, so you figure out the box was 100 bucks and the rest of these cards were like 110, 120 after tax. I think it's completely worth it. So another thing I want to do, I'm going to make a whole video of doing it, but I guess I'll show you guys right now real quick how I put things in the card saver, like how I put these cards in there. This is just how I do it. So I go, with 2 fingers, and I try and, like squeeze it open a little bit. Then I take, so if you can see here, it's like perforating out the middle. You want to make sure that the middle out all the way is perforating out. So then I hold these 2 fingers here, and I put it in between these 2. And as I'm sliding down, boom. If you can see, I did it real quick. I didn't even touch the top of the card. I actually slid it down with the card, like the sleeve on the inside in the card saver. That's what I did there. So we got those 2 boys here. Ooh, right, you're giving off a crazy glare. The Zapdos falling back there. Hold on. We can fix this, right? There we go. And the last card that I got here today, a shadowless Ninetales. So again, I am pretty bummed because I left a couple shadowless Charizards there. Last week I went back there, it was still there. I went back today expecting to just be able to buy the shadowless Charizard. They weren't bad. I mean, they were. That's the problem. The reason why I left them there, because they wanted too much for them. Like, they wanted almost 400 bucks for... It was pretty beat up, honestly. But it's still a shadowless Charizard, so I was going to probably go and pull the trigger on one today. I'm honestly pretty pissed that they didn't have them. So I settled for these 3 shadowless. Pretty much, these are the cleanest ones. I looked at literally every shadowless holo they had. They had a bunch of Zapdos. They had Poliwhirl, Poliwrath. They had a bunch of Ninetales. Well, I missed that one. Hold on. What else did they have? They had a lot of... Oh my god, they had like 40 Gyarados shadowless holos. I'm not kidding. Like 40 of them. And literally not one of them, not one, was in decent shape. Dude, why? See, because the reason why this is not going is because... That's a perfect example. I want to show this. On the side here, it wasn't perforating. So you have to make sure when you're putting this, the whole middle, see how it's like popping out the middle there? That's what you got to do. Then you got to put it here. Got to get her on in here. So it goes all the way through that middle. And typically you want to be able to hold that seam on the top. But here, look, these have so much room. You can just go literally, you can gently push down on the card sleeve in the inside and it'll come down. Then a lot of people just go and give it a little tap. Little tap if it's not centered. See that? And we got her in there. These are the 3 shadowless and I'm really happy to get some shadowless in, man. I just really am. I look a lot on eBay for shadowless holos for clean ones. It's seriously hard to come by for a decent price. So I'm super excited I got these 3. And the Unified Minds booster box. Make sure to look out for these locally still. And Cosmic Eclipse. I feel like Cosmic Eclipse is the next one to boom out like this. Beautiful. Really appreciate you guys watching these videos every single day. Happy hunting, trainers.